house.
You don't recall that John Biggerstaff was frustrated that Mr. Fernandez was making him do it on his time schedule, and that's not what they agreed on?
That's correct. Actually, yes.
Okay, that did refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Thank you for acknowledging that. So, as it turns out, around this time, Mr. Biggerstaff and Mr. Fernandez stopped communicating and doing work together. That's what you learned.
Correct.
And consistent with what you learned through looking at text messages and, you know, all those things that you were able to determine, interviewing John Biggerstaff, you then know that on the poll camera, Mr. Fernandez starts coming to finish the tile work, correct?
I know he starts coming to the house.
Let's see what we can determine from the poll camera, okay? This is now August 31st, 2022, 11:50. This is the Potomac address, black dog, and a Mr. Ordway's vehicle in the driveway, correct?
That's correct.
Here's Mr. Fernandez shows up this day.
Yes.
You can see Mr. Fernandez there.
Yes.
Mr. Fernandez appears to be standing in the back of the bed of the truck, and he's looking up at the roof.
I see him standing in the back of the truck. I don't know what he's doing.
All right. Stop. Does he appear to now be on top of the car, staring at the roof of the home?
He is on top of the car staring at something. I can't say what he is or isn't looking at.
Fair enough. If you were standing in front of Potomac, just because you've been there, correct?
Yes.
And the jury hasn't, you can see part of the house to the driveway to the right, correct? I mean, you can see the driveway to the right of Mr. Fernandez.
Yes.
In this particular setup, the house is on the side that Mr. Fernandez was looking at, not the other side of the driveway. And so the record's clear. The right side of the driveway, looking at this poll camera footage, has no house. The house is on the left side of the driveway, correct?
The driveway leads to the garage. The main structure of the home is on the left side.
So you understood my question and you agree with me?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Fernandez appears to leave the property, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you September 2nd, 2022. Defense Exhibit 33H. Let's move pretty quick. See the pallet, right? I think we're close to that. No, that's September 4th. So the record's clear. This is September 2nd, 2022. This is 11:56 a.m. and Mr. Fernandez appears to be showing up at the rental property.
Yes.
You agree with that?
Yes.
And so far, everything I've showed you is within the first 30 days of you putting up this poll camera, correct?
Yes.
Well, 16 approximately, Mr. Fernandez appears to be leaving the rental property, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now I'm going to show you 33I. It's the same day, correct?
Yes.
The video I showed you before was a different time, but it was 9/2, September 2nd, 2022. This is a little bit later in the afternoon, correct?
Yes.
It shows Mr. Fernandez showing up again, correct?
Yes.
Without going into the specifics of some of those other days that I talked to you about, and some in which we haven't gotten to yet, January 5th, January 25th, January 29th, February 15th, February 16th, some of these important days that are days that you were investigating. We talked about that earlier, correct?
Yes.
One of the things that you know Agent Blythe is going to testify to is that on certain days you have Mr. Fernandez, by way of his cellular device, going to the Potomac address more than one time, correct?
Yes.
For example, on February 15th, he goes there in the morning, and then on February 15th, his cellular data shows that he goes back in the afternoon, correct?
I'm going to let Agent Blythe answer those questions. I don't know what he is or is not going to testify to.
Fair enough. I'll show you the slides from that day, and then you can tell me with your CAS training if it shows Mr. Fernandez going twice. And I think we've talked about it before, and you let me know, okay?
Okay.
Again, while Mr. Fernandez is there, Mr. Ordway's vehicle pulls out and leaves, correct?
That's correct.
Doesn't appear to have any other vehicles in the driveway besides Mr. Fernandez, correct?
That's correct.
Another example where Mr. Fernandez may be at the residence while the tenant is currently not there, correct?
Correct.
And in this daylight video, you can see that orange bucket in the near location by the door to the residence, correct?
Yes.
Go to the next one. And Mr. Fernandez's vehicle leaves, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to show you the next numbered 33I. It's the same day. It's at 8:31 p.m., correct?
Yes.
Okay. And again, Mr. Fernandez's vehicle shows up. Can you see the truck bed?
Yes, again.
Okay, go forward. Looks like Mr. Ordway's vehicle is there.
That's correct.
So your poll camera evidenced Mr. Fernandez going 3 times in one day on September 2nd, 2022, correct?
Yes.
Next, I'm going to show you 33L. This is now September 3rd, the next day at 1:55 p.m.
Yes.
Mr. Fernandez pulls up.
Yes.
You can see Mr. Fernandez there briefly.
Yes.
Out and empties the bucket, so watch Fernandez. 9/3, Mr. Fernandez leaves, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to show you September 5th, 2022, 33M. 33M. Okay, I'm going to go back to 9/4, 33L. Okay, so in this particular video, at 1:18, while Mr. Fernandez is there, you see a trailer pull up?
I see a trailer in the frame, yes.
And what's stacked in the back of that trailer?
Pallets?
Okay. And that was the business, although Mr. Tenon has been arrested, that's the business that Mr. Tenon was in, the pallet company, correct?
He worked at Monison Pallets.
Right? And through your investigative efforts and all the evidence that's been admitted by the state attorneys, Mr. Tenon was interested in starting a pallet business. You learned that, correct?
He did have some interest in starting a business, yes.
Okay. And then you were able to look through some of the paperwork that you found in his possession, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You found ledgers that indicated that he had detailed notes about costs and pallets and things of that nature?
I know he had the notebook that you're holding in your hand that had some figures in it.
Okay. That's one of the notebooks that had figures, but this, just for the record, where did I pull this out? It's from States 197. And I'm looking at a composition notebook.
Is that 197? Okay.
And there's also 22 which are photos of the
Okay, so some of the photos that aren't contained in this, that you referenced, which are other ledgers and things of that nature, are also contained in States Exhibit 197, okay?
Okay.
But I'm holding up what was also pulled as part of that composite of States 197, a blue composition notebook. Publish that. I'm showing you what's on approximately the third page of that States 197. Can you see that, Detective Johns?
Yes, sir.
It says business plan, right?
That's correct.
Name of business, Tenon Pallet Recycling, period, correct?
Yes.
Location, Drayton, Georgia, period, correct?
Yes.
Henry Tenon has connections to Georgia, correct?
Yes.
His family and his father live there.
That's correct.
Action number 1, collect pallets for repair and materials. See that?
Yes.
Truck and trailer needed for this action, period, correct?
Yes.
Number 2, repair pallets to be sold. Correct?
Yes.
Air compressor, nail guns, staple guns. Those are supplies.
I would assume.
Number 3, dismantling pallets for materials, period. You agree with that's what it says?
Yes.
Mr. Tenon didn't write that since he's been in jail. You know that, right?
Correct.
So that was written prior to him being arrested, and this was found at Potomac, correct?
Yes.
So we don't have to guess whether Mr. Tenon, at least in his mind, wanted to start a pallet company, correct?
According to his notes, it seemed like he did want to start a pallet company.
He had a name for the pallet company, right?
Yes.
He had it, albeit pretty simple, he had an action plan, right?
Yes.
Mr. Tennant wasn't an extremely educated person, was he?
I'm not sure of his education.
You're the lead detective in a homicide case where 3 people were arrested for a homicide. Any reason to believe Mr. Tennant had a college degree?
No.
He was a day laborer?
Yes.
Nonetheless, he had an action plan, he had supplies consistent with a business plan, and he had things that he wanted to do in order to effectuate a company with a name and a location. That we can determine from that composition book, correct?
He did have the notes in the composition book. I don't believe he had any supplies that I'm aware of.
He listed supplies.
Yes, he did.
I'll come back to that. I digress, but at 1:18, after he's arrested, on roll camera, a truck with pallets does arrive at the Potomac address.
There was a trailer with pallets in the frame.
Okay. Maybe it's not clear. Like I stopped it right when it was driving by. You want to see it so that you can see that it stopped there? So just back it up a little bit. Can you tell that I'm scrolling minutes and it's still there? You can't, it's okay.
Looks frozen on my screen.
Maybe it is. Let me see. Can you tell it's not frozen now?
Yes.
Can you tell that's not moving?
Yes.
Definitely stops in front of Potomac
It would appear that's true, yes.
while Mr. Fernandez is there.
Yes.
Okay, go back. I think so. Faster. We should do this pretty easily last time. All right, stop. That orange bucket that we keep talking about, it was in the frame earlier up in the top left corner, right?
Yes.
Now you see Mr. Fernandez, he grabs the bucket, comes to the end of the driveway, and he dumps all the water, right?
Yes.
The same thing Mr. Biggerstaff did about the time he was leaving the Potomac address, correct?
Appears to be a similar action.
Right? Where do we leave off? Then pull forward. And again, around 1:46, Mr. Fernandez leaves the property, correct?
Yes.
Exhibit 33M. For the record, Defense Exhibit 33M, Your Honor.
Thank you.
This is 9/5/2022, the following day, correct, Detective?
Yes.
Mr. Fernandez shows up, right?
Yes.
You can see his truck.
Yes.
Roll. There you go. We can keep going. It's at the end. Just take your time. Be patient. more try. It's in evidence. On 9/5, he's there and he leaves again. Is that correct?
Yes.
The following day, September 6th, Defense Exhibit 33N. Mr. Fernandez shows up, Detective.
Yes.
That orange bucket you can see moving in the corner again.
I haven't seen it move.
Jury can determine, I suppose. Can. I don't know why we're not. Maybe let it catch up and then scroll again. I'm just show leaving for him. Nonetheless, he's there, he leaves, correct?
Yes, sir.
Defense Exhibit 33O. This is the same day, 9/6/2022, but it's later at night, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fernandez arrives.
Yes.
I know we're going fast, Detective, but in the upper left-hand corner, can you see the bucket moving back and forth? It appears that work is being done.
I did see it this time, yes.
Try and move it along. You can see the bucket come into frame. You can see it come out of frame.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay. Why is it not showing? Doing the bucket. Try again. There it is. Okay. You see Mr. Fernandez in the bottom right-hand corner with the bucket, and he's dumping it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is about 2 minutes before he leaves the residence. Detective,
He hasn't left yet. I'm assuming
I guess if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, you can...
there's 2 minutes, 19 seconds left of the video.
All right, but in fairness, you don't know that I cut it where he leaves, so we can scroll to it. Understand. Okay, he's now gone at 11:22.
Yes.
So he stayed there, and it looked like he was performing work for a couple hours.
Yes.
September 8th, 2022, Exhibit 33P. This is now in the morning, Detective.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fernandez appears, his truck gets there around 10:30-ish.
Yes.
Sorry. easy to find last time. All right, there it is. See Mr. Fernandez again with the bucket coming out?
Yes, sir.
There seems to be a theme that Mr. Fernandez is going there and he's doing tile work, correct?
I can't say what he is or isn't doing inside the home. He is carrying a bucket over several repeated days in and out of the house and dumping some water.
Okay. We can't say, but with all the evidence that you have, it's not inconsistent with him finishing the tile work that John Biggerstaff was contracted to do, correct?
That's correct.
Move to Defense Exhibit 33Q. Timestamp is. Okay. All right, go back. In this video, is that Mr. Fernandez?
It appears to be him, yes.
Okay, it appears that he has a broom in his hand.
Yes,
He appears to be brushing the driveway.
that's correct.
You don't have to guess that he's doing some work at Potomac on this day. You can actually see it.
That's correct.
So what he gets the lumber. Were you able to see that he left on that particular day?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Detective Johns. Detective Johns, in evidence, if I represent to you that on September 11th, Mr. Fernandez goes back to Potomac, is seen on video, would you dispute that?
No,
If I told you on September 13th that he went back and he did that, would you dispute that?
no, sir.
I told you at the very onset of this exercise that in the very first 30 days that you put up a poll camera, Mr. Fernandez was at that home doing work 20 times. And did you see that when I showed it to you?
Yes,
Your Honor, we can take that pause if you'd like at this moment.
All right. Members of the jury, because of some scheduling issues, we're going to pause Detective John's cross-examination, okay? He will retake the stand sometime later. So at the time, Detective Johns, again, I'm going to remind you of the rules that this court put into place, okay? And you may step down, and I'll be back with you shortly, okay? All right, members of the jury, we need just a moment to set up the courtroom, and I'll bring you right back out, okay? Leave your notepads on your chair.
is it likely to be today, you think?
One second, just stay there. All right. Please let the record reflect that the jury left the courtroom. So Detective Johns asked me a very good question, which is, do you think you'll get back to him today? So it's, okay.
Good.
All right, so you can go walk around. Just stay in contact with the lawyers so they can call you, okay?
We're going to call 3 witnesses for all of them.
All right. Okay, go ahead and set up the Zoom, please. Are you doing Zoom first?
Yes.
Okay.
Taylor Williams.
I'm sorry, everyone may be seated. I don't think I said that, sorry. Just from an IT perspective, is this being pushed out too? Okay. I'm going to
I'm going to bring the witness into the room. Yeah.
Okay. Before we get started, is it by agreement that the witness can testify via remote technology? Mr. Dreiser?
Yes, my understanding is we've already signed a written stipulation to that effect.
All right. And it's, okay.
Ms.
Before we
Kutis,
get-
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to let her know that we are in the open court now. We're about to begin your testimony. The jury's outside the courtroom. So unmute yourself if, I guess, IT can do
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Okay, good. We should be good to go.
Is it
Do a-
Kutis?
Do a test, please.
Yes. Hello. This is Taylor Kutis.
All right. Ms. Kutis, just for record purposes, let's go on the record, please.
Yes.
I want to make sure that where on your device, is it a computer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you see the courtroom in full?
Yes, I can see you straight on, and then I can see the attorneys, like their backs are facing to me,
Okay.
and the people directly in front of you.
And where Mr. Fernandez is sitting, he can see the witness? Is that right?
Needs to be on those screens.
I can see him as well.
Okay.
I'm going to,
Can the defense see the witness? All right, that's all acceptable? Okay. All right. And then I'm going to read the Okay. I'm ready if you all are.
I'm ready.
Both sides ready? Okay, let's bring in the jury, Mr. Holman.
Jury's in the courtroom, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, welcome back in. Everyone may be seated. Members of the jury, just as I indicated before you left, we have paused the testimony, the cross-examination and the testimony of Detective Johns. If the state would call its next witness, please.
Your Honor, the state calls Taylor Kutis to the stand
All right.
virtually.
Okay. All right. Ms. Kutis, if you would please raise your right hand to be sworn in.
Ma'am, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, thank you. Before the state begins, members of the jury, Ms. Kutis, by agreement of parties, has been allowed to testify via remote technology. You are to accept her testimony as if she were here in the courtroom. And so before she begins her testimony, can all the jurors see Ms. Kutis on their screens? If you can answer out loud. Yes. Okay, perfect. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Kutis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Could you please state your name for the record?
It's Taylor Alexandra Kutis.
And could you spell your last name for our court reporter?
It's Kutis.
And Ms. Kutis, what state are you currently living in?
I live in Tennessee.
And what do you do for a living?
I am a corporate sales trainer for a company called Corpay.
Are you married?
I am.
And what does your husband do for a living?
My husband is in active duty military. He's in the Army.
And do you know the defendant in this case, Mario Fernandez Saldana?
I do.
On your Zoom screen, can you see Mr. Fernandez? And if so, could you please identify him by what color suit and tie he's wearing?
Yes, I can actually see the back of him. He looks to be wearing a gray suit with a white shirt underneath.
Okay.
I can see the back of his head.
If you're looking, you can see the judge straight in front of you. Which side of the courtroom is he seated on?
He would be on my left, there, the judge's right.
May the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant.
Is that the only camera view you have, Ms. Kutis?
Yes, Your Honor. I can kind of see like above, so I can see the backs of like the defense, and then I can see you straight on, if that.
So she's not identifying by face?
I can see his face on my Zoom camera. That's why I asked.
Is there another angle? Should I like click over to my different camera options to see? Okay. I can see him on the Zoom room camera 4.
Yes. Can you see his face on Zoom room camera 4?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Is that the person you identified as Mario Fernandez?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, it may reflect that.
Thank you. And can you explain to the jury how it is that you knew Mr. Fernandez?
Yes. So I met Mr. Fernandez in 2013, 2015. I was in ROTC at Vanderbilt University, and we did a leadership training course in Fort Knox, Kentucky. And that is where I met him through that leadership training course. He was a drill sergeant at the time that we had that training.
And can you describe for the jury what the nature of your relationship was back in 2013 through 2015?
Yep. So we met at the training course, and then post training course, a lot of the cadets and then like mentors, drill sergeants, we stayed in touch. And so we kind of developed a friendship outside of that. And then we just kept in touch over the years through phone and email and text and all the things.
And you answered the next question I was going to ask, which is how did you keep in touch? You said phone, email, texting. Have you ever visited in person since 2015?
I believe it was in 2015, the last time I would have seen him in person.
How often would you two communicate over the years?
I would say over the years, it was definitely intermittent. I was married previously, so, every now and then we would like catch back up. But I would say frequently over the years, but then there would be periods of time where we did not.
I want to talk to you about your relationship via text and phone and email with Mr. Fernandez in 2021 leading into 2022.
Yep. So just to provide context, my oldest daughter is adopted. I adopted her. So she's my stepdaughter. And at the time, when we were communicating in 2021, leading up to 2022, we communicated via text regarding just different co-parenting communications techniques to like have conversations. He was really good at kind of helping me work through some of those things that I was experiencing. And so that was kind of like the nature of our phone calls and things like that, was to just chat through some of the things that we were kind of both going through, I believe, at the time.
Just to clarify, at that time, you were married to your husband, your now husband.
I was married in 2022, so it was kind of leading up to, like, we were talking in 2021 and then leading up to when I did get married to my husband.
And the co-parenting relationship that you had going on was with your now husband that you were dating and his ex-wife.
Yes, correct.
And Mr. Fernandez was, did he also relate to you that he had a similar situation and that his wife had an ex-husband and they were co-parenting as well?
Yes, that is correct.
Did he ever discuss with you his wife's ex-husband, the victim in this case, Jared Bridegan?
Yes, just at time, like briefly at times, I believe he would just discuss maybe different drop-offs, just different situations that they were kind of going through.
How did he describe the nature of their co-parenting relationship?
I mean, he definitely mentioned that it was high conflict, difficult at times, I believe.
Did he discuss his relationship at the time with his wife, someone who may be known to you as Shanna Gardner?
Yes, he did.
What did he say about his relationship with Miss Gardner when you were having these conversations in 2021 leading into 2022?
From what I remember, he said they were kind of, having some difficulties at the time, that maybe they weren't going to continue to be together, things of that nature.
Did he ever discuss with you his relationship with Miss Gardner's family?
I don't believe. Oh, yes, he did.
And what did he say? Maybe relationship's a strong word. Did he ever discuss Miss Gardner's family with you?
Yes, I believe he described his kind of his relationship with her as a contract between her parents that he had worked out with her parents, is what he referred to it as to me.
And when he mentioned that he had some kind of contract with her family, did he give any further details about what that could possibly mean?
No, he didn't really go into too much detail. He would just refer to it as a contract. And that was really all he said, didn't give a lot more context to that.
Did you ask him follow-up questions about that?
I don't remember exactly if I did, but I think he was just a little mysterious about exactly what that meant.
You said he was mysterious about it. Did he ever make comments to you about skills that he had?
Yes, at times he would mention that maybe his Army experience, he had like a special set of skills, or just that he had maybe different types of training that he described, maybe he had, from his time in the military.
And you knew that he briefly served in the Army as well?
Yes, correct.
The things he said to you about his Army service, did they make sense to you given what you knew from your husband, who's still an active member of the Army?
He just was very vague about the specifics of it. I knew that he wasn't so for context, my husband is a Green Beret. He's in the Special Forces. His extensive training took almost 2 years to go through. So when I learned that later on, just kind of comparing, I don't think that he went through the same training to be a Green Beret specifically.
At any point during your conversations with Mr. Fernandez in 2021 into 2022, did you perceive that he was interested in starting some kind of romantic relationship with you?
Yeah, I definitely think that there might have been some underlying tones there to maybe feel me out, to see if there was any potential for pursuing something with me. That's how it felt, maybe.
Did you relay to him that you would be interested in that type of relationship?
No, I was not interested. I think that is kind of what ultimately led to when we ended communication with each other.
When was the last time you spoke with Mr. Fernandez?
I believe, I don't have exact dates, but I know that it was sometime in 2022. Definitely like February, March would have been like maybe the last time that we would have spoken via phone. But again, I don't have like exact dates.
That's fine. I'm not going to hold you to an exact date.
Okay.
We're not human calendars. I get that. When you spoke to him the last time or few times, did he ask to visit you in person?
He did mention visiting in person, yes.
And did you ever actually meet up with him in person?
No, we did not.
Did Mr. Fernandez in 2022 call you and tell you about the death of his wife's ex-husband?
Yes, he did.
Do you recall when he called you in relation to when the homicide occurred?
It was after. He called me we were talking, kind of chatting, catching up about work. Can't remember the exact context of the beginning of the call. And then he said that he thought that the kid's dad had died, and he thinks that it was a hit and run, was what he told me specifically.
And do you remember how close in time that was? Was the day after, a few days, weeks, months?
I believe that it was a few days after, but I'm not exact on that. But I know it was after it happened.
Did he give any more details other than it was a hit and run?
No, he did not.
Right. Thank you, Ms. Kutis. I don't have any further questions.
All right, thank you. Cross-examination.
Good afternoon, Ms. Kutis. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I just can't see you, so let me... Oh, there you are.
So let's back up a little bit. You met him in 2013, is that correct?
I believe it was around that time frame, yes, sir.
And although you told the jury that you guys, kept up a little bit of a friendship, you didn't tell the jury that you actually had a little fling with Mr. Fernandez, a romantic fling.
We did have a fling back in, I guess it would have been that same time frame, 2013 to 2015.
Okay, and you would agree that's an important detail when the state then later asked you if he thought maybe he was pursuing you. You had a history where at one point he did pursue you, correct?
Can you ask that again? I'm sorry, I'm confused.
At one point in time, he did pursue you romantically, and it worked. And it worked. You were romantic with him for a brief period of time.
Yes, 10 years ago, yes.
And then later, he asked sort of again if maybe you would be interested, correct?
Yeah, I believe that was kind of what his underlying tone maybe was in some of our conversations, yes.
And that was after he told you that things between him and his wife had sort of run their course, right?
I believe, I can't exactly recall like the exact timeline of how it all played out.
All right, well, let's go back through some timeline. Mr. Fernandez told you that he got married. He didn't hide that from you, correct?
Yes, he did.
And you knew that he was married for years, correct?
Yes.
And during that time, in your on and off friendship, you were having some co-parenting issues in your own personal life, correct?
Correct.
So you would contact Mr. Fernandez and you guys would talk about that, correct?
Correct.
He didn't just call you to gripe about Jared Bridegan, his current wife's ex-husband, correct?
No, that was not.
You would be griping, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You would be griping about your personal step-parent situation, and then he would talk to you about it, right?
Yes, I believe that was kind of both sides of it.
And in fact, you thought he was a valuable resource because you would contact him to get advice from him, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about this contract. Did you ever write any of this down, or is this all from your memory that he said something about a contract marriage?
This is all from just conversations that we had. It was not written down.
Right. So you're just recalling that he said something like this, but what you may or may not know, let me ask you, did you know that Mr. Fernandez was the trustee of the family trust?
I did not know that, no.
Did you know that Mr. and Mrs. Fernandez had a postnuptial agreement?
No, he did not refer to it to me as a post-nuptial agreement.
He may have referred to you as a contract, right? Because that's the word that
Yes,
you
he
seem
did.
to have remembered, right?
Correct.
A postnuptial agreement is just a contract between two people on how they're going to separate their belongings. You agree with that, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you can't recall as you sit here today the specifics of what he was talking about in that contract situation, right?
He never disclosed the specifics of the contract. He just referred to it as a contract and, again, was aloof with those details to me. So
Did you ever ask him what he was referring to?
I don't remember if I asked him specifically. I just remember he reiterated that it was a contract. That was the word that stuck out in my mind.
Gotcha. But as you sit here, you don't recall whether you even asked him what he was referring to, right?
I don't know. I don't recall the specifics, no.
And you don't remember the specifics of your conversations with him. And I think you've, in fact, told me before that none of this is for verbatim, correct?
Correct. I think just the timeline and like the specifics of conversation, I can't remember exactly what was said and when.
Right.
For that specific conversation regarding the contract.
Because you had a lot of conversations with him and you just don't have a recollection. That's because you didn't write anything down, right?
I don't think I did write anything down, no.
So let's be real clear about another concept. Mr. Fernandez calls and he tells you that Jared Bridegan died, and you recall that he said something about a hit and run, correct?
Yes, he did.
But again, you don't remember that verbatim, correct?
I do remember that stuck out in my mind. I do remember that he said those words.
Do you know if Mr. Fernandez knew the details of the homicide at that point, 1 or 2 or 3 days after the homicide?
All he said was they think it was a hit and run. That's what stuck out in my mind.
Okay. Did you know that the person who's responsible for this homicide ran away from the scene?
I don't know really any other details. I haven't followed
Okay. But in
this
fact,
closely.
in this particular homicide, this jury has since learned that the person who shot Mr. Bridegan ran away from the scene. You didn't know that, did you?
I think I knew some of the details. I think I knew that there was another individual involved, but I don't know like the specific nuances of like
All right. So
how it all played out.
and you know that not because Mr. Fernandez told you that. That's because you looked things up after Mr. Fernandez told you about Mr. Bridegan passing away or dying, correct?
I did look it up, yes.
Yeah. And you followed it in the media, correct?
Yes, I haven't followed it closely though.
All right.
Since, yeah.
But let me be real clear about this question. You never contacted law enforcement and said, you know what? I've read this stuff in the media. Mr. Fernandez told me some stuff about a contract and a hit and run. I think you ought to know that. That never happened, did it, Ms. Kutis?
I'm not sure I'm following what you mean.
Law enforcement contacted you, correct?
Yes, correct.
You never contacted law enforcement, correct?
No, I did not.
And when law enforcement finally did decide to contact you, when they did, you have previously told me it wasn't because you thought it had anything to do with this case. You thought it had to do with a personal issue in your own co-parenting case, your own family law case, correct?
When they came to our house in North Carolina, I was not aware or sure what it was. I did think that it had to do with my husband's ex-wife at the time, just because we were kind of going through some high conflict issues.
And even after you looked up this case, you never thought Mr. Fernandez was a suspect?
Well, when they came to my house and they asked to interview me about him, that told me that he was probably, or I believe the terminology at the time was a suspect.
Yeah. That's when you learned it, which was many, many months after the homicide when they came to your house, correct?
Correct.
But you looked it up on the internet after Mr. Fernandez told you about the death of Mr. Bridegan, correct?
Yes, I think he told me as just like he passed, like he said it was a hit and run. They think it was a hit and run. Like, I don't think there was anything else to it than that. Like, so I looked it up after the fact to see what he meant. Like, what, if anything, was in the news about it. Like, I don't think that there was anything.
And despite all of that, before law enforcement came to your house many months later, you never considered him a suspect.
Objection, Your Honor.
Grounds.
He's asking for an opinion.
Sure.
What's your response?
It's literally her testimony. What someone... We need to approach the court reporter. I've asked this question before. I know the answer.
Okay, I'll hear you out.
Madam Court Reporter?
May proceed.
Ms. Kutis, with all of the information that was provided to you from Mr. Fernandez, over all of the different conversations that you had, over all of the months and years leading up to the homicide of Jared Bridegan, you never thought to contact law enforcement and report any of those details to them?
I don't know what you mean. Like, what would I have reported to them? I guess I'm confused by your question.
You did not contact law enforcement and give them any of the details that you testified on direct examination to, correct?
No.
No, meaning that is correct. You did not contact law enforcement.
I did not contact him after he told me, no.
Or any time until they came to your door, correct?
Correct.
All right, no further questions. Thank you.
Redirect.
Once again.
Ms. Kutis, when law enforcement came to your house, you thought it significant enough to tell them the information you've testified to today?
Yes, correct.
And just to clarify, you remember you said specifically the word contract stood out to you, not a post-nuptial agreement, but the word contract.
Yes.
And you also specifically remember he said it was a contract with her family, not with her.
Yes, with her family specifically.
And he had this conversation in the context of also mentioning these special skills he had from his time in the Army.
Yes.
Yes. And when he described the death of his stepchildren's father, he said it was a hit and run, but did he ever tell you that Jared Bridegan had been shot and killed?
No, he did not. He just used the words, they think it was a hit and run. That is what stuck out in my mind.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Kutis. I have no further questions.
All right, thank you. Make sure you be excused. All right, Ms. Kutis, thank you very much. I'm sorry?
Do I need to show my ID or anything, or?
Oh, no, you're fine.
All right.
All right, thank you very much. You can log
Thank you.
off. And state, you want to call your next witness?
Victor Quiroz.
All right, Victor Quiroz, we're going to allow him to go into the Zoom room. Members of the jury, while we are having him come into the Zoom room, the same instruction applies to his testimony by stipulation of the parties. The parties have agreed that he may testify via remote technology. If you would just give us a moment so that we can check the sound, okay? Mr. Quiroz?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Judge Kite, okay?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Can the members of the jury see Mr. Quiroz? If you could answer aloud. Yes. Thank you. All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn in.
Sir, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And can the defense see Mr. Quiroz? Okay. All right. You may proceed.
Good afternoon. Can
Yeah.
you hear me okay, sir?
Yes.
Could you please state and spell your name for the record?
My name is Victor Quiroz. It's Victor. Last name is Quiroz.
And Mr. Quiroz, can you see the various Zoom rooms on your screen?
Yes.
You can see more than one Zoom room.
Correct.
In any of those rooms, do you see an individual known to you as Mario Fernandez?
Cam 4, yes.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Camera 4, and may the record reflect he's identified Mr. Fernandez.
Yes.
Mr. Quiroz, I want to talk to you about your relationship with Mr. Fernandez. Could you please tell the jury how it is you know Mr. Fernandez?
Well, I met him through a high school friend playing a video game online. So that's how we met. And most of our conversations just been through video games online.
And what year did you meet him online?
It's hard to say. I think maybe 2010 or maybe around that time. Yeah, 2010.
Okay. And I'm asking you very few questions. I'm going to be asking you about an in-person visit you had with Mr. Fernandez in March of 2022. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And for our court reporter, because you're on Zoom, would you mind answering yes or no? Because it's very hard for her to type down mm-hmm or mm-mm.
Sorry, yes.
No, no problem. Thank you. Prior to the visit that I'm going to speak to you about, had you ever met Mr. Fernandez in person?
No.
And your contact, you said, was mainly communicating through video games. Can you describe for the jury what type of video games you're talking about?
I mean, well, since then it was mainly Destiny. We played a assortment of games. I mean, mostly Destiny, Apex, COD, whatever was popular at the time.
And these are games that allow you to play with other individuals who are logged into the same game and communicate via headset or chat feature or whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Was most of your contact with Mr. Fernandez through those video games?
I would say so, yeah.
Did you all text, email, or speak on the phone outside of the video game platforms?
Mainly through just Facebook Messenger. Like we would text each other, hey, who's on tonight? Stuff like that.
Drawing your attention to March 2022, where were you living at the time?
Still at my current address in Clinton, North Carolina.
Okay, and you don't have to put your address on the record, but you are in Clinton, North Carolina, is that what you said?
Correct.
And you were living in Clinton, North Carolina back in 2002?
Correct.
Did Mr. Fernandez...
2022.
Yes, sorry, 2022. Did Mr. Fernandez reach out to you in 2022 and arrange to meet up in person?
Not necessarily. I think it was like the weekend beforehand. He maybe gave me a heads up. He was coming up north, and I kind of, said, hey, that's cool. If you need somewhere to crash out, I'm kind of on the way there. If it's not too far out your way, and it's pretty much. I mean, I don't remember what day it was specifically we met, but it was a weekday.
Did you know Mr. Fernandez was coming to visit you before he arrived in Clinton, North Carolina?
Like I said, the weekend prior, I think he did say he was going to be in the area. So that was the only notice I had received. Well, he had told both of us, me and my other people in the group chat there.
Mr. Quiroz, could you repeat the answer?
Yeah, no, it was just the weekend ahead or the weekend before he came was whenever he, I believe, texted and said he was going to be in the area or something like that. And then I said, I'm working, but if we can work it out, you can stop by. Then you can stop by. It's cool. It wasn't any problem with me.
Mr. Quiroz, do you remember giving a deposition in this case on Zoom?
Correct. Yes.
Do you remember being sworn in to tell the truth the same way you've been sworn in here today?
Yes.
And at that deposition, do you remember being asked questions by Mr. Fernandez's attorneys?
I don't know who was asking the questions, honestly, but yeah, I do remember some questions being asked.
Do you remember being asked previously if Mr. Fernandez had told you ahead of time he was going to be in Clinton, North Carolina?
Yeah, I don't think I mentioned it that time just because I didn't, like I said, it was hard to recollect, but kind of since then, I kind of been thinking back, and I believe he did text me, and let me know he was coming ahead of time.
Ms. Stifler, can you refer to what page in the
I haven't gotten there yet. Yep, just doing the foundational questions. So your testimony today is that you previously told defense and myself, and I will refer to your deposition.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Sorry, sir.
Oh,
Sir,
sorry.
hang on one second real quick. I got to let defense know what page I'm on.
I wanted to comment about that deposition.
Hold on just one second.
All right, Mr. Quiroz, you said that
Yes.
you did not mention it at the deposition, but you remember today that he gave you a heads up he was coming to visit?
Yeah, and like I said, I wanted to comment on that deposition just because I just received it last night. I didn't really get a good chance to look over it. Like I said, I was told the last 3 weeks I was going to get it sent. I never got it. I just received it last night. I mean, like I said, I was kind of been thinking ever since that day what exactly was said, but I can't remember. Like I said, like the deposition could be, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to review the deposition very well. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Your testimony today is you now recall Mr. Fernandez telling you he was going to come visit you ahead of time.
Objection, Your Honor, improper impeachment.
I'll overrule it.
You can answer the question. Your testimony today is you now recall Mr. Fernandez gave you advance notice he was going to visit you.
Yeah, like I said, the more I think about it, thinking back, I think he did shoot me a text before he came, or shoot both of us a text in the chat, and both of us were working, or it was three of us in the chat. So he texted, and I think the other two were like, "Yeah, well, I'll be working," and where I work, I don't, have a set schedule. So I told him, hey, if you're in the area and we can work it out,
Okay.
we'll meet up.
Did you meet up with Mr. Fernandez when he was in Clinton in March
Yes.
2022?
Mhm.
Did he tell you anything about the reason that he was in Clinton, North Carolina?
The only thing that he said was he was going up north to see a friend. I don't remember. He didn't say any name or what state. I don't remember exactly what state it was up north, but that's the only thing he said was his reason for coming up north.
Did he have any conversation with you about the homicide of an individual by the name of Jared Bridegan,
No,
the father of his stepchildren?
no,
He didn't mention to you in March of 2022 that his stepchildren's father had been killed?
No, we didn't. That never came up in conversation.
And you have your deposition, you say you reviewed it? And for
I didn't get a good chance to review it. No, I'm a family man. I got it really late in the evening. It was after 5 o'clock when I received it. We do dinner, we have homework. I've got 3 children that need attention, so I did not get a good chance to review it. No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, do you have it in front of you? I can refer you in court and counsel to page 19, lines
Yes, I can
21,
pull it
going
up
to
here.
page 20, line 5.
Your Honor, may we approach with the court reporter?
Yes. Page, just give us one moment. I think she said page 19, if you want to go to it.
Okay.
Ever mentioned to you or discussed the fact that his wife's ex-husband had been murdered in their neighborhood?
Are you talking about when he came to visit March 13th, or I don't understand the question because
I'm talking
when I
about, sorry, I'm talking about any conversation you had with Mr. Fernandez. Did Mr. Fernandez ever discuss the death of Jared Bridegan with you?
he did, but it wasn't when he came to visit. The day he came to visit, it was not discussed.
Okay. When did he discuss the death of Jared Bridegan with you?
I couldn't tell you an exact date. I just know it was one day we were playing the video game. He mentioned it, and I think of multiple people on the game. He said what had happened, and he logged off shortly after.
What did he say happened, as best you can recall? And I understand you can't quote him word for word.
Yeah, this is me paraphrasing, but I think he said something along the lines that he had been shot. That's all he said.
When Mr. Fernandez visited you in March of 2022, did he tell you that he had been at the police station giving them an interview?
No.
You had no conversation in March 2022 about anything to do with the murder of Jared Bridegan?
No, ma'am.
He didn't mention it at all?
At all.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Give counsel just a moment to get on the screen for you.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you see me?
Yes. Cam 3.
Nice to meet you. My name's James Haw. I represent Mario Fernandez. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Thank you for being here. Ms. Stifler asked you a bunch of questions about Mr. Fernandez. I believe you said you've known him since approximately 2010. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. As far as you can get to know somebody on a video game, yes.
So in 2022, you had communicated with him for over a decade.
On and off. We didn't play every day together. There was times where I didn't play. We would go. I think there was a span there where I didn't play with him for 5 years or so. I don't know. But we kind of it was a span of we didn't play together, and then when Destiny 2 came out, we kind of the group got back together. So it was like I said, there was a span there where I didn't communicate with him at all.
Admittedly, I'm not a big video game guy anymore. I got 3 kids of my own. But when you guys were playing, is this like on a headset and you guys are in gaming chairs and you communicate through the headsets?
Correct.
Okay, and it's usually with a group of people playing these games?
Correct.
Okay. So after 10 years of playing, you wouldn't consider Mr. Fernandez a stranger to you?
I wouldn't say a stranger, no.
You were comfortable enough inviting him to stay at your home if he needed to?
Yes. Like I said, I knew he was in the area, and I offered out. I told him, don't even bother getting a hotel. If you can crash with me that night.
And I'm somewhat familiar with Clinton. It's not a tiny town. There's hotels and motels in the area, correct?
Correct.
And certainly, if you didn't feel comfortable with him staying at your home, you could have asked him to stay at a motel or a hotel.
Exactly. If I had any inkling or any sort of suspicion of anything, like this happening, I would never even invited him to my home.
Okay. But at the time, you had no concern at all. He stayed at your home and you guys went out to dinner that evening, correct?
Yeah, we went out to dinner, came home, it got late in the evening, and I think he left early the next morning.
You guys went to Ruby Tuesdays?
Correct.
Okay. Had dinner, public place?
Yep.
Okay. I
Sat
know
at
Ms.
the bar.
Stifler asked you whether or not he talked about the death of Mr. Bridegan, but let's talk about some of the other stuff that he didn't talk about. Did he ask you to drive him about an hour away to Raleigh to go to the international airport so he could get out of town?
No,
Okay. Did he ask you to switch cars with him so he could try to evade law enforcement?
not at all.
Okay. Did he ask you to give him a pile of cash so he could lay low?
No.
Seemed like just a regular guy hanging out with you at Ruby Tuesdays?
Yeah, just one of the dudes. Yeah,
Didn't say anything strange or alarming to you, did he?
not at all.
Nothing in your conversation struck you as odd?
Not one bit. I mean, we talk sports, we talk video games, we talk construction. We both have small construction projects we were working on. So, like I said, just a dude's dude. I mean, we sat at the bar, had a couple of drinks, went home, and that was the gist of it.
All right, Mr. Quiroz. Well, I appreciate you taking time away from your family and your work. I don't have any further questions for you, sir. Have a good day.
Any follow-up?
Thank you.
Last question, Mr. Quiroz, and then we'll let you get out of here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You just testified that you offered to let Mr. Fernandez stay at your house. You made that offer when he was with you in Clinton.
I mean, I don't know if there was maybe a small conversation beforehand. I don't like the day of or maybe the day before. I don't know. I just told him, hey, man, you can crash in my place if you need, blah, blah, blah.
Another conversation that may have happened that you didn't remember until today.
Well, no, these questions weren't asked before.
Okay. Your Honor, the witness may be excused.
All right. Nothing further for him from either side?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Quiroz. You can log off.
Okay, thank you.
Members of the jury, you have one more? We need to switch back over really quick.
Now on Zoom, we have a live witness, Your Honor.
Do you need the cart?
No.
Okay. All right.